Okay, we're going to be making the Pillowrest. And the Pillowrest starts with one of the best innerspring systems in the industry. It's called Quantum Coil. Now the neat thing about the Quantum Coil, it's individually pocketed coils in a king size unit, which is what this one is here. You get 2,000 individually wrapped coils. That makes for a nice, supportive, firm innerspring system that has very little partner disturbance, virtually none. Just kind of demonstrate here. You can see I can hit right here and it's not moving anywhere over there. So it could take a lot of movement on one side and no movement on the other side. Now the first step to preparing our spring system is we've got to apply some water-based adhesive to the perimeter of the coil so that we can put our foam rail around the outside of it. What we're going to be using here is non-toxic water-based adhesive. It takes a while to dry, but once it dries, it's going to form a permanent bond here. Okay, now that we've let our adhesive set up for a while, we're going to put our high density foam rail around the edge. Now what this does, gives you a nice firm sitting edge. This is a 70 ILD foam, and what that means, that's a very firm foam. Your average couch cushion would probably be in the neighborhood of 30 to 50 ILD. So this is a very firm foam, and what we do now is we line it up and we press it in. We press it in all the way around. So we go around here and make sure that there's a good seal. We're also making sure that this is flush, the spring and the foam. This is actually the bottom of the mattress, because the next step we're going to do after we get this seal set here is we're going to spray down a bunch of more of our water-based adhesive, because what's going to go on here is an insulator pad that's going to connect these two things together and provide a nice firm bottom to it. In order for that to happen, we need to spray the first couple of rows of springs and the foam rail. So I'll go around and do that, and when we get done I'll also spray a lot in the middle, rows in the middle, so then we put our firming pad down, it's gonna be nice and glued down.
Stop.
Okay, good. I'm out of staples.
Yep.
That's the Imperial people from yesterday, right?
Yeah, yep.
I heard that guy, he said the same thing yesterday about
$1 million?
the lady waking up screaming commercial.
Yeah. Where's your BB
Why is he
gun?
bringing that
Where's your BB gun?
at home?
Are we not getting any more logos?
Well, no, the new books don't fit in those cubby holes, so. Okay, now we have the top of the mattress. We've flipped the inner spring unit. So this would be the top of the spring. As you can see, we've applied some of our water-based adhesive around the perimeter of both the spring and the foam. We've also put some in the center. Our first layer of foam that's going to go down is our 1.8 pound density convoluted foam. The reason we use convoluted foam versus flat foam in this case is we're trying to make a bed that's going to be a little softer. If we were making a firmer bed, such as say the Everest, we would be using flat foam here. But since we're making a little bit softer bed, we want to use the convoluted foam. The peaks and valleys create a softer feel. And the important thing about foam is the density. This is a 1.8 pound density. Most companies today are going to be using a 1.0 to 1.2. So that's what makes our mattresses last longer. What I need to do here is put the staples in, and that'll really finish attaching it to here. Okay, what makes the Pillowrest unique is the fact that it's a pillow top mattress. And what makes a pillow top mattress is an inner layer called the inner panel or inner deck. And what that consists of, it's a separate layer of material. And what we do on our pillow top, on this one, we put a zipper in it. And the purpose of the zipper is so if you ever need a comfort adjustment to that mattress, you ever need to make it firmer or softer, you can do that right in the comforts of your own bedroom just by unzipping it. So we have to put that zipper in. That's what Pat's doing right here. He's sewing the zipper in and putting the final touches on this inner panel. The next step after this, we're going to put the inner panel on the spring unit that is attached the convoluted foam to. So you all done there, Pat?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bring it on over and start attaching it to the mattress. As you can see, this inner panel has another piece of fabric on the side. This is what we call a flange. And this flange is what enables us to line up the inner panel so it's nice and square. We want this piece to hang over the side of the foam here so that when we can sew it up, when we get ready to sew it up to our border material. Now how we attach it is with our flare staple gun. What that does is when it fires the staple in, it'll flare out, which will hold that inner panel in there. So he's going to go ahead and make his way around there. And then the next step after this will be to flip the mattress over onto our tape edge table, our sewing table there. We'll put the bottom cover on, flip it over again, and start tape edging it. Okay, what makes the Pillowrest unique is the fact that it's a pillow top mattress. And what makes a pillow top mattress is an inner layer called the inner panel or inner deck. And what that consists of, it's a separate layer of material. And what we do on our pillow top, on this one, we put a zipper in it. And the purpose of the zipper is so if you ever need a comfort adjustment to that mattress, you ever need to make it firmer or softer, you can do that right in the comforts of your own bedroom just by unzipping it. So we have to put that zipper in. That's what Pat's doing right here. He's sewing the zipper in and putting the final touches on this inner panel. The next step after this, we're going to put the inner panel on the spring unit that is attached the convoluted foam to. So you all done there, Pat?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bring it on over and start attaching it to the mattress. As you can see, this inner panel has another piece of fabric on the side. This is what we call a flange. And this flange is what enables us to line up the inner panel so it's nice and square. We want this piece to hang over the side of the foam here so that when we can sew it up, when we get ready to sew it up to our border material. Now how we attach it is with our flare staple gun. What that does is when it fires the staple in, it'll flare out, which will hold that inner panel in there. So he's going to go ahead and make his way around there. And then the next step after this will be to flip the mattress over onto our tape edge table, our sewing table there. We'll put the bottom cover on, flip it over again, and start tape edging it. All right, one of the things we got to prepare to make this mattress, we got to get the bottom cover ready. And what that is, that's the border material on the side sewn together with the fire retardant non-skid fabric it's going to be on the bottom of the mattress. And Pat's doing that right now, sewing it together on our sewing machine. When we get done, we'll have that, which we'll put on the bottom of the mattress unit. We'll end up sewing this part to the top quilted cover. Alright, now we've got the mattress up on our sew table here. As you can see, we've got that border and bottom cover, which is down here, all sewn together. We've got it put onto the mattress, and we put it on the bottom there and flipped it over, and there's our inner panel. And what we need to do now is sew these two layers together, right there. And what that requires is a special machine called a tape edge machine, which we have, fortunately. So now Pat's going to sew that up here. He's basically putting a nice clean edge on here as he sews these two layers together. The next step after this will be to fill the pillow top cavity full of foam and put our quilt on and sew the quilt to the edge of the inner panel, which we will do next. Okay, now we're ready to fill up the pillow top part of the mattress, which is basically the part that gives you the cushiony feel. So we're going to fill this with foam, and there's different layers here. I want to describe them to you. First layer to go down is this 1/2-inch piece of foam. We put it in what we call the sleep zone. And we do this with every pillow top we make. Give you a little different angle here. You can see why we do it, where we do it. Basically, when people sleep on a mattress, they're going to spend most of the time in this area here and this area here. So on a king, you'd have two different people sleeping here and here, with the middle rarely getting used, and of course the edges. You might sit on the edge, but you're not going to spend 8 hours of compression there. So what happens is, over a period of years, you're going to see a king-size mattress. Very common to see a king get, we call the dirt road effect, kind of hump in the middle and two little divots. So what this does, putting this little 1/2-inch foam here, actually prevents that from happening. And that's something that we came up with many years ago in all of our pillow tops to help them wear better. That's also a feature you won't find in any mass-produced mattress. Now, next layer to go down is our convoluted foam, which is the bumpy foam, and then another one on top of that. And after I glue these two together, we're going to have one solid block of foam. When I glue it to here, of course nothing will come apart. We'll have no shifting. The reason, again, we use the convoluted foam in our pillow tops because we're trying to create a softer feel. The peaks and the valleys, you not only create a softer feel with less pressure points, you're also allowing more breathability in the mattress. And for some folks, being hot at night is what makes them not sleep good at all. So we keep the air flowing underneath of them and keep them sleeping better. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down, and then we'll go with the last stage. Okay, now that we've got our layers glued down here together, our final layer is the quilted cover. And in some ways this is the most important component in the mattress because it's the part that's going to get mashed when you lay in the bed. And it's also the part that can either make the mattress breathable or too hot. So in the Pillowrest, we've got some very special ingredients in here. The first thing inside here is breathable fiber fill. So directly under the fabric is a breathable fiber fill. It's also fire retardant. And then we've got 1 inch of latex foam, followed by about 1 inch of high density 1.8 pound foam. What that equals is the strongest quilt in the industry today. We've been doing this method now for well over 7 years, and we've never had a body impression in a latex quilt. That's what makes the Pillowrest one of our unique mattresses. Also pretty firm up here with that latex quilted in there. So what we're going to do now is stitch these two components together. This side material here, the side border, it's connected to the zipper. We're going to do it to the quilt. So that's what Pat's doing right here while I'm talking. You can see using the same sewing machine called tape edge. And what it'll look like when it's finished is that right there. And that is a Pillowrest. A firm pillow top. Firm in the coils with 2,000 springs in the king. Soft on top.